Welcome to the Masterpiece Community Garden of Riverdale, Maryland. In this film, we're going to show you how we turned this, a schoolyard of an abandoned elementary school, with the help of a lot of middle school students and community members, into this, a thriving community garden and youth garden. We'll then show you our dream of an ideal gardening program. Our ideal garden isn't some 12-acre urban farm, but our own space that we see as having the potential of being a replicable model of urban and suburban food production while addressing the needs of the neighborhood by serving as a multi-use community space. The garden is located at the Center for Educational Partnership in Riverdale, Maryland, located in Prince George's County within the Washington, D.C. Beltway. We start with this one person representing the community and university that came together to break ground in February of 2007 after numerous community meetings that took place throughout the winter. We've plowed enough ground for a youth garden, seen below the black paved path, and a community garden, seen above it. A university tractor was used to plow the grass, and a program that brought together university students and neighboring middle school students built the garden. We built a fence using reclaimed wood from deconstructed houses and tilled in municipal compost to improve soil fertility. Using the designs of middle school students, this team built the paths of the youth garden and the community garden. Our major collaborator, the Maryland Multicultural Youth Center, donated a shed to our garden and collaborated with the university to install water spigots in the middle of the garden. With seeds growing in the University of Maryland campus greenhouse, the Masterpiece Community Garden celebrated its grand opening. We hosted 2 festivals in the garden last year, which we see as important community outreach. Youth and community members planted the garden, the beginning of our first growing season. We built a picnic area that community members can use as a peaceful outside space and planted a magnolia tree to provide much-needed shade in the garden. A grant from the Joint County Gang Prevention Task Force enabled us to get a small greenhouse to extend our gardening season for teaching. That was the end of our 2007 growing season. We will now show you what would be possible with our space given unlimited resources. Our ideal gardening program will address the multiple needs of our community while at the same time increase productivity and be a replicable model of urban agriculture. We will immediately increase our productivity by expanding our existing fence, removing a paved parking lot and turning it into green space, and removing an ugly HVAC unit that is adjacent to the building. This will increase the amount of food that we can grow in this area. We currently sell our produce at the Riverdale Farmers Market, and with this expansion we will be able to supply more healthy fruits and vegetables to our neighborhood. In addition to food production, the garden serves as valuable community space, as well as a neighborhood demonstration for environmentally benign technologies. We will beautify the space with climbing vines, and we are currently working with Engineers Without Borders to install a rain collection system. You can see rain barrels being installed along the wall right now. In order to get more people into the garden, we will diversify our programming from nutrition and food production to other more interesting aspects of gardening. Along the left side of the garden, you can see a dye garden being planted. We will teach how to use plants to naturally dye fabrics in a fiber arts program. We also want to build an outdoor solar-powered community kitchen where neighbors can best learn to cook the fruits and vegetables that are grown in their garden. This will increase our capacity to teach nutrition and healthy eating to the community. A green roof will demonstrate how to decrease rain runoff, a major environmental problem of the Chesapeake Bay. Vai ter briga de amor. To address the neighborhood need of a safe public place to enjoy, we will build a pond stocked with koi. People of all ages can come to reflect on their tranquility. One of the most exciting aspirations is to build a market right on the garden site. We will teach neighbors to grow their own food in their own backyards and allow them to sell it at our market. We see this as a very innovative way to increase food production in urban and suburban communities. It increases healthy fruits and vegetables and will augment household incomes for participating neighbors. Finally, and most importantly, we will get a bus seen in the upper right that will allow us to bring people from throughout our region to learn about our gardening program.